Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. We have the Epiphone PR4E player pack. This is a Epiphone deal. You get a lot of stuff in the package here. And it's $4.19 at Long McQuaid, and it is Gibson month, and therefore Epiphone actually is part of Gibson, so you can get this on up to 3 years financing if you want, which is what I did actually. Anyways, not like I didn't already have enough guitars. I mean, I did get the Les Paul, and we got the Kramer. So I figured, you know what? I wouldn't mind a right-handed acoustic, because I don't have one right now. I do have a right-hand electric, the Kramer, but need a right-hand acoustic. And this comes with an acoustic amplifier. Now, the thing with it is XLR, and, well, you know, I've told you guys a little bit about what's been going on lately, and the bottom line is I don't have any XLR cables, didn't have an XLR mic, so I thought I do have wireless though. So I also picked up a DI box and a short cable so I can plug into this thing. And but let's go through what's in the package. You get the case over here, which is a soft gig bag. I would probably recommend buying a better gig bag like one of the Rogue series. They're actually pretty good, a little bit padding in them. That has no padding. It is like the epitome of cheap bags. So keep that in mind. We do, of course, get an amp cord. So, because this is an acoustic electric deal after all. So we do get an amp cord, which we will not be using because, well, I'm a wireless kind of guy. I hate cords. So we're going to toss that to the side. We do get an Epiphone strap, which I think, in all fairness, we should use that. So let's get that out of the package. And take our little string off because we don't need that. We'll ditch that out of the way. And we've got our strap. You're wondering if this thing's going to even be long enough for me. Yeah, it should be. Oh, heck yeah. Perfect. Alright, so let's put that there for a minute. We do get a pack of picks. These are not thin picks, by the way. They are thick. I would toss these to the side until you actually know how to play guitar, and then you can use a thicker pick. Meanwhile, get yourself some .46 millimeter picks, or even a .52, I believe it is the other ones I used. But anyways, we do get a tuner, because there is no tuner built into the electronics. So let's take a look and see what this tuner is like. Just gotta grab a knife here. And we'll get a little instruction manual. That's kind of cool. Pretty sure we can figure this out pretty quick. No battery. Ah, there should be a battery in here then. Nothing in there. No battery in there. Seriously, they're going to make me buy a battery? I've got batteries. Okay, well, let me grab ourselves a battery. So just hang out for a second. Okay, I guess we'll sit here and yak and pull the battery out at the same time. They really sealed these ones in. So, yeah, anyways, continuing on with this wonderfully interesting video we got going on here. Wow, that's hard to get out of there. I never used to package them that good. Alright, so, little spring, that's where the negative goes to. And we just pop her in there like so. And voila. All good. And tuner works. Wonder how sensitive this thing is. Guitar, chromatic, bass, violin, ukulele, full chromatic. Wow, that's a pretty sensitive tuner. Guess we're going to have to do a bit of tune-up. And I just finished tuning it with my Snark, so go figure. Alright, we also get this other packet, which is going to give us some other information on the guitar, along with some stickers. So we get an Epiphone pick sticker. We get, oh, that's pretty. Yeah, we could put that in the headstock. Anyway, what else we got? We got another Epiphone sticker for every stage since 1873. All access. Another Epiphone sticker. Lifetime warranty information. So it just gives us the read up about the lifetime warranty. So, that's alright. Download the Gibson app. So we're going to get some free music lessons. Watch, learn, shop, 14-day trial. So you get 14 days to learn how to play guitar, and then you're going to have to start paying for the service. Alright. Player pack talks about the acoustic, the amplifier. It's a 15C, so 15 watts. Gives you the basic info on how to dial things up, how to string your strings, that sort of dealy. So, things that every beginner must know. Oh, look at that, 9-volt battery not included. Now, I did get them on a battery because I wanted to test out the amplifier. This guitar was actually hanging on the rack in the acoustic room. And I'm kind of notorious that if I find a guitar that plays right for me and it's comfy, I'll take the one off the rack instead of one in a box. But sometimes I'll actually, you know, order something special and kind of deal, whatever. But anyhow, let's see how well this tuner dials this sucker in. Well, it's actually still in tune. A little sharp there. There we go. Push and hold, shut it off. Alright, so on the guitar. This is our preamp. You got bass, mid, treble control, main gain, phase switch if you need to use it. Alright, our jack for our output, as well as XLR and the 9-volt battery compartment, which they do not include a battery, turns out, for the tuner or the guitar. Which is fine, no big deal. Like I said, I got them on a 9-volt because I wanted to check the amp out anyhow. And, let's see. Alright, let's hook this in. And I want my transmitter here, so we'll play the through the amp first if we dial in a tone to it. We're also going to try my Martin guitar on this amp too, because I'm kind of curious, to be honest. So, that's pretty loud. Take that down to 2. Now that is pretty tin boxed. Bass, mid, and treble are all in the center positions here. Now there is a chorus as well. There's halfway on the chorus. That's certainly going to get you out there. Whew. I'd say probably 3 might be good for the chorus. But that is quite tinny. And so, EQ things here. Now, that's barely any gain on the guitar, by the way. That was like maybe 9 o'clock. That's 12 o'clock position. And the volume is only at like 9 o'clock, which is like, you know, 0, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. So it's on 2. That's loud. Alright, so I want to cut back this treble. So I'm going to pull the mid right off. And let's turn, how about no mid, no treble. That's a lot nicer. Harshness, but that's where we have the EQ on the amp. We'll pull back the treble in the middle a little bit. Bring this back to center. We'll throw a little bit of bass up there. Knock the gain back a bit. Bring the mids back a bit more. It's a pretty loud little amp. So there's about 830 on the dial for the volume for the amp side. And we're at about 10 o'clock on the gain on the guitar. Now we got room to move the mids back more, a little bit. And I'll bring that treble down a bit. That's pretty good. I'd say that's a pretty good little win there for that setup. So I'm going to show you what I got here. I got about 10 o'clock roughly for the gain, and there's the EQ settings I'm using here. Alright, so we got not quite full bass, and there's where our mids and our treble are. A little bit more treble than the mid, but you know, it's there. Now, I'm going to show you what happens when we hit the phase switch. Get a little bit of extra punch out of it. Now you guys know I am a lefty, right? You realize that? So our EQ settings here is bass at 12 on the amp, and we've got 0, 1, 2, 3 on the mid, or basically 10 o'clock, and the same for the treble, 10 o'clock position or 3. Now let's turn that chorus on. it's not easy being able to play both ways, but I can get through Sunday service with this without a problem. So, all right. So the other thing I wanted to show you is the tuners. These are definitely cheapy tuners, not the ones I would recommend, but they seem to be working pretty good. And you do have the adjuster screws, so if they are a little loose, you can actually tighten the shafts up and give it a little bit of extra tension. Just don't go too much, because if you squash that washer in there, you're screwed. And then you'll be buying a new set of tuners. Which I think, you know, considering the guitar, I mean, this is going to be an all-laminate thing. But either way, I think that the guitar is definitely going to be able to last you for a long, long time. It is a thinner body too, so it's more of a lot like a thin line, basically, right? Like the APX series that Yamaha has. I still have a lot of work ahead of me with right-handed. But, okay, so we need to check out the microphone thing. Now, because my headset is just like a 1/4-inch jack receiver on this kit, I had to get an XLR mic cable, very short one, and a DI box. So, which is kind of funny because that's my old DI box. But anyways, whatever. So this will work out for me, and then I can use my headset and power on. Okay, so power's up, and turn that on, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, I like that. That's actually. Well, there's no sharing of the EQ per se, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it does share it. It does share the EQ. That's awesome. Wow. So that's actually a good setting for the guitar. So I didn't know it shared the EQ. We didn't read the manual either, but still, I like this tone level. It's actually good. And it's not feedbacking on me, which is all right. And I've got the volume at, which would be 6 o'clock or 6, which is actually 1 o'clock on the dial. So the one thing I wanted to do was, just so I can show this amp off a lot better, I actually want to plug my Martin in, because I want to also see how it EQs. I tried a couple other guitars out at Long McQuade, and of course, they were all righties because they didn't have anything really worthy on the left-handed side for this. So, but let's see what we got here. 1, 2. Whoa, that's way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2. That's pretty good. Wow. So the EQing on that's not bad. I really gotta cut back my gain on my guitar though. I got no space. Okay, so you guys know the drill, right? I have to do one of my own songs because of YouTube. I want to serve you, Lord, for the rest of my days. I want to be like Jesus. I want to be the lame to walk and the blind to see. More vocal. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm about 3 o'clock on the volume for the mic. I wanna serve you, Lord, for the rest of my days. That's a little muffly. I think we could stand to bring the mids up a little bit and also the treble. Okay, 1, 2. I wanna serve, whoops, I wanna serve you, Lord, for the rest of my days. I want to be like Jesus. I wanna make the lame to walk and the blind to see. Open up the prison doors and set the captives free. That's actually pretty good. That's nice, and the Martin sounds nice through this. I almost have, well, actually I'm at 12 on the treble, 12 on the bass, and about 11:30, 11:45 on the mid. I still have tone control. About 1.5 for my tone on my guitar. So definitely the Martin does an awesome job. Mind you, it does have Fishman electronics, so that really helps a lot. Anyhow, so let's put that back down. Now, by going back to the Epiphone here, there's no way I can play my own song. I don't have the coordination for that yet for right-handed, but maybe we can try something here. Maybe I can get somewhere. I can play without the, yeah, I can play with regular chords. I wanna serve you, Lord, for the rest of my days. I want to be like Jesus. I wanna make the lame to walk and the blind to see. To open up the prison doors and set the captives free. That's all right. So I didn't touch the EQ. My EQ is still set. My gain is still set right here. And it's actually pretty good. That's all right. So, and the closer I get my mic to my mouth, obviously, it's going to get way louder, and I would have to literally turn down the volume for the microphone. But the way it is, it's good because it's avoiding a lot of that plosion stuff. But if I go closer like this, it's going to get really super loud. So and it's going to get really muffled. So we pull it back, and that helps balance out some of the EQing of your mic when it's a little further back from the mouth. So, but that works. That's fantastic. Okay, so. Let's just shut this off for now. I'll jam out some more later. Okay, so for the money, oops, I gotta really watch this stuff. For the money they're asking for this, that is actually a really good deal. If you guys know anything about the Fender series Acoustasonic amps, I've had the 40 watt, which I really like, and they also have the 15, and the 15 watt, that's getting close to almost a $200 purchase these days because, you know, inflation. We are talking Canadian. This amp, on the other hand, is a far huge sight, way better than the Acoustasonic 15. Okay, it's way better, definitely. And we've got the chorus in here. We have a shared EQ, which that kind of took me by a little bit of surprise. But you know, if you've got the EQ bands on your preamp on your acoustic, then this could be your benefit, because then you could separately EQ your voice to a certain extent, obviously, because you need to leave headroom for the guitar. But then your guitar can over push the settings a bit too, so you can dial things in quite nicely. And I have no EQ control on the Martin. It just has a gain and a tone control, and the tone is set basically at half. And the gain, we found out, we had to turn it way down because, you know, this thing is like, it's on 1 right now, and it's like, you know, like not 1 o'clock either. We're talking like 7 o'clock, I guess you could call it, type of thing, position, or 8 o'clock. It's because 2 would be 9. Yeah, 2 would basically be 9 o'clock. So this is like 8 o'clock. So, but I think once you dial it in, it's got a really nice sound to it, whether it's on this guitar or even on my Martin. Either one works really well. So pretty happy with that. Anyways, there's not much for specs as far as build materials go, all that jazz. We do know that they are a light gauge string, so I did pick up some 1253s as a secondary pack, which is probably what is on here. If not, I'm going to mic it anyways, because I suspect that they are definitely 1253s because they're not 1152s. So pretty sure they are the 1253s because they would be a lighter gauge, especially for a beginner player. But as far as the guitar itself goes, it does seem to be built rather well, so I really honestly don't have any complaints about that, and it plays nice. The tuners do hold their tune pretty good, even though they're cheapies, you know, but they're still pretty good. So, and for an all-laminate guitar, it does have a lot of binding on it too, because we do have, what do we got here? 1, 2, basically 3 or 4 layers of binding. So, and a bound fretboard. Fretwork is actually, it's actually really good. It's really decent. The only downside to the guitar are the cheap tuners, but I mean, they are working, so as long as they work, keep them going. Why not, you know? Don't worry about it. And then when you are ready to upgrade the tuners, upgrade them or whatever, maybe you'll grow out of the guitar by then, but because they do have the adjusters here, they're not the garbagey tuners that are cheap. They're the semi-garbage tuners. You know what I mean? So they're workable. They hold their tune okay, but they're still not the best design out there. You know, even for cheap tuners. So if you're kind of concerned about that, then just upgrade your tuners. But just keep in mind, these do not have the nut and washer system. So you'll have to find either the same thing, like maybe some Kluson tuners. There would be maybe a direct insert into there, which wouldn't be a problem. But if you want higher ends, like Grovers or something, I probably wouldn't spend that kind of money on the tuners. But, you know, something around $30, $40 set of tuners that are sealed tuners, then you know you're good for tuners for like years and years down the road kind of thing. But we're going to leave this alone because I owe payments for the next 3 years, so I can't screw with this for the next 3 years. Which is fine. I don't care. For how often I'm going to be playing it, fine. And the amp is definitely useful on any of my acoustics because I do have a total now of 3 acoustics, 2 lefties, 1 righty, all with electronics. So this is going to be a good thing even for doing outdoor events with, because I've got my wireless headset. The DI box is passive box, so that's fine. You can plug just a regular XLR mic in. I just didn't want to invest money into an XLR mic and cable right now, but I might down the road to get a much better microphone as far as quality wise goes. But otherwise, I think I'm going to stick with this setup as long as I can anyhow, before I'll need maybe a better mic. But I think I'll be fine. So not too worried about that. But anyways, really good little kit though for the money. I would definitely recommend it, especially if you're a beginner player. I consider myself to be a beginner as far as right-handed goes, but I am a pro player on the left-handed side. So there is a big difference there. And I figured, you know what, spending this kind of money was kind of a little more than I really wanted to, but I figured it comes with an amp, and the amp I can use on any guitar that's acoustic, right? So it's a win-win for me in that sense. But if you are looking for a complete package and you know you want to play and you want amplification, I can tell you right now for a fact you will not go wrong with this amp. It is a really good sounding amp, you know, and it is definitely a far better choice than the Fender Acoustasonic 15 watt. That thing is, I would consider in comparison to be not a great purchase compared to this little amp. This little amp really does a nice solid trick. And of course you do have that chorus effect in there for the guitar, which is also really nice to have too. So that's also a nice plus. You don't have to buy a pedal. You've got your chorus already in there, and a lot of guitar players, especially acoustic players, do like to have a chorus effect. And this has it already there, and you just dial in how much you need, and that's all there is to it. It's pretty simplistic. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.